Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're going to be doing a review of Wonder Woman Dead Earth from DC Black Label. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I am your host, Brent, and today we're going to be doing a review of Wonder Woman Dead Earth. This is the hardcover. This came out maybe a month or two ago. It's from DC Comics on the Black Label line, written and illustrated by Daniel Warren Johnson with colors by Mike Spicer. So, let's talk about it. But before we do that, let me ask you to please do one thing. Please subscribe. Helps me out, helps the channel grow, lets you know when I drop new videos. Hit that bell if you're really crazy, all that good stuff. So, Wonder Woman Dead Earth. Why did I wait on this? Well, you know, I don't know who Daniel Warren Johnson is. I'm not familiar with his work, so that's one reason I waited on it, even though he's, I mean, honestly, first impressions, this is a great book. Phenomenal artist. I really do like the style. It's got a lot of grit and grime and kind of, fits this post-apocalyptic world. I would put it very close to, like, Paul Pope's style. So if you like that kind of detail, grit and grime, but also a little bit of flair and looseness and cartooniness and, like, kind of some anime influence, I think you're going to enjoy looking at this book, that is for sure. I did an overview of this. It is up on the channel, so you can go check that out. Man, this is a really fun book. I really enjoyed it. And this is a solo Wonder Woman tale that, while it has like a really rough exterior, it does the same thing that Grant Morrison did in his Earth 1 series, which is kind of bring Wonder Woman down to her roots. This is Daniel Warren Johnson obviously did his research, or if he's not a huge Wonder Woman fan already, he's very in tune with the original idea of Wonder Woman being a symbol of love and hope and loving submission. And all those themes are tied into this book, as well as, the 3 volumes of Grant Morrison's Earth 1. I've done reviews on that. On those on the channel, you can go talk about those over there with me. But this was cool because I was reading it for the first time last night, and I was really enjoying it. And then you have these themes pop up, and I'm like, oh, this is not just as the cover might make you think, a balls to the wall Wonder Woman story that's post-apocalyptic and she cuts up a lot of people. That's in here, certainly, and that is part of the reason why it is so much fun. But the way that it does that, which is what you want from this book, something called Dead Earth, really kind of heavy metal. And I do recommend listening to heavy metal while you're reading this. Certainly, I don't know if I'm not a black metal guy. I like metalcore, Wage War, Architects, Seven Dust, some new metal stuff. Something along that range I think will fit you just good. Black metal may be too fast for how this book goes, but something with some ups and downs and some melody pairs quite nicely with this. You want to drink a big porter beer or some bourbon, go for it. I didn't have any last night, but I do have some downstairs. I might go check some out later today. Back to this book. It's a whole lot of fun. I really did enjoy this. This gets my fullest recommendation, 2 thumbs way up. I'm skipping to the end here, but I really enjoyed this, and this is something I will be recommending and loaning out to people like Jim if he wants to read it, because I know he liked Batman Year 100, and this is along that same vein, but it's really cool. So what is the premise, right? The premise is this is a Wonder Woman solo story in the post-apocalyptic DC world, right? And I say post-apocalyptic, and I don't mean like, it's not like Deceased, which I've done a bunch of videos here on the channel for, that involves all the members of the DC universe. No, this is literally like Wonder Woman is the only surviving person in the DC Earth, in the cosmos, and this is purely about her and her villains and her family and the rest of the world, right? So there are small appearances by Superman and Batman in here, but again, I say small even though she's wearing, you'll notice, Batman's utility belt on her, so I'm not going to spoil how she gets that. Just the whole idea, like basically it's, the back cover is this, so this is not a spoiler, but the concept is Wonder Woman wakes up, she's discovered by some other survivors, they don't know who she is, she barely remembers how the world got this way, and all of that story is told and unpacked as you go along through the story, as well as Wonder Woman going on a journey with these survivors, encountering new challenges, becoming basically a leader of what's left of the rest of the world, and trying to save them, and failing at the same time as having to go on a journey to regain her hope and regain her love that her character is based on. Really, really cool. Really, really well done. And I thought the idea of, you know, who she's fighting, the monsters, was really well done. How she goes and like tracks down Batman. How she goes and tracks down Superman. You know, he's at, you know, is he at the Fortress of Solitude? You will find out. And this is but the images leading up to this one, like this has "Where are you?" scrawled across the wall. It's got that little Silver Age thing of, you know, her picking up the key, and you know, she's a little bit weaker, so she's trying to figure out how to, you know, how to pick it up. That kind of stuff. That's a whole lot of fun. And there is a fight with Superman in here that's really cool. The destruction of the world. But it was really neat. Like, there's this spread blew me away. This is just like she's on the way to the fortress, and you can see here in the bottom corner like all of the dead people that made the trek to the Fortress of Solitude looking for Superman. Save us. Apparently this says come back, you know. Just littered with corpses of people that went in search of Superman to try and find him. And you know, you'll find out what happens when you read the book. It's one of the best surprises of how the world got this way. I don't want to give it away. There's a whole lot I want to talk about with this book, but because I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free, I can't. But it is a whole lot of fun, don't get me wrong. Here's another beautiful, like, really grimy splash. This is the forces of Earth going against these monsters that have kind of taken over the landscape everywhere. And Wonder Woman has to go up. And yes, she is holding a skull and spine as a flail. The lasso of truth is actually inside this thing. That was one of the most badass moments when she forged this weapon, we'll call it. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's what whose this is a really, really fun little twist, and I loved it. It's dark and it's so cool. So yeah, while you do get awesome anime kind of action scenes like this, like look at this panel, it's gorgeous. And this one over here, beautiful, beautiful stuff. It is still, it's action-packed, but yet it's touching on those themes of Wonder Woman being a beacon of hope, a beacon of love. And there's even the loving submission part that's basically been the thing that's been forgotten from Wonder Woman stories from like the early 1940s that William Moulton Marston really based on. Like, you see all the bondage stuff that he was doing, that he was into. You know, it's based on this idea of loving submission. And Grant Morrison really brought that stuff back into Wonder Woman in the Earth 1 series. And it's also touched upon here. Like, they give a reason for her gauntlets, you know, her bracelets. They call them gauntlets here, but there's a fun little twist. I don't know if this is, like, old Wonder Woman lore, if it was introduced just here, but basically, at least in this book, in this world, they're to help Wonder Woman, like, kind of power down a little bit, because she's so strong, she's so emotional, that she needs these gauntlets. They're like magic, and they only work if you have both of them, to bring her down a little bit, because otherwise she's too excitable, too emotional. Kind of like my 6-year-old daughter. Gets very emotional very quickly. So Wonder Woman apparently is the same thing, but would be that way for the rest of her life. If you can imagine, that'd be, if you've got a 6-year-old little girl or had one, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of terrifying. And why she needs these gauntlets, because she's so powerful, is told in the story in a cool little twist on her origin that I've never seen before, that I really appreciated. So yeah, here's her getting the gauntlets, but it's wonderful. So this collects the 4 issues of the miniseries Wonder Woman Dead Earth 1 through 4, and they've got, I did an overview of the book on the channel. I was kind of wondering if these were the original covers that were separating the chapters. They are. And the stuff that's called the cover gallery in the back. If you've just watched that video, I asked the question, are these variant covers? The variant cover gallery? And I think that's what it actually is the case here. These alone would make a beautiful cover for this book, but they went with that one. So I'm down with it. They're gorgeous. So yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson, I'm going to start paying attention to him, because this was a phenomenal story and a phenomenal art, and I'm a big fan now. So the next thing that he does, there's his name right down there, I'm going to be paying attention, because this was fantastic. So wholeheartedly recommend checking out Wonder Woman Dead Earth. It's a phenomenal story, well worth your time, and it's this big, beautiful Prestige Plus format that all the Black Label books should be, as I make my case in my Black Label video. So there you have it, Wonder Woman Dead Earth, 2 thumbs up. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it as much as I did down below in the comments. We will chat about it down there. And thanks for watching as always. I will see you guys in the funny pages.